Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, joyous Kwanzaa, and season's greetings. No matter what you celebrate during the winter season, we wish you a happy holiday here at Port City Spotlight. Wilmington has plenty of magical and cheerful events to take part in, but first, we're going to travel downtown to get an exclusive look at the gift shop, Crescent Moon Art and Style on Front Street, and talk to the new owner, Buffy Frank. Hi UNCW, my name is Mikaela Fleming and I'm here with Port City Spotlight. I'm sitting down with Buffy Frank, the owner of Crescent Moon Art and Style here on Front Street in downtown Wilmington. I want to thank you so much for inviting us into the store today and to talk to us.
Oh, thanks for coming. It's really an honor. It really is. To get the students interested in art is a wonderful thing.
And that's definitely what we're all about at Port City Spotlight, is showing students mainly all the great things there are to do in Wilmington. So I want to ask, if you could describe Crescent Moon, what would you say about it?
I think I would definitely say it's eclectic, and I would also say that it's unique, and it's a shopping destination, and it's also a place to feel at home and enjoy art. And it's really hard to use just one sentence to describe Crescent Moon. We're out of this world, but we're not out of your budget. So
I like that.
And we were creatively designing with pride.
So what fueled your passion to work here and become the owner?
Long passion for art and a big passion for retail. And I had wanted to be a store owner as a child. And small business was, really important to our community when I was young. And when I decided that I wanted to do art, that wasn't conducive to what I could do. And I studied art my whole life, and then I went into the military and was a dental assistant for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And retired out of dental assisting when my daughter was born in '98. Well, actually 2003. And I went back to school for art, when I could, when the kids were in school and things like that. And my passion for art never stopped. I did it through the church. I did it through the PTO. I was PTO vice president, and Vacation Bible School art director. And I couldn't stop the art, and the business just came naturally. 24 years ago, my father-in-law brought me down here, and I was just dating my husband at the time. And he had introduced me to him, and my sister-in-law now is a UNCW graduate.
Oh, cool.
And she was attending the school here. And we were brought down to Topsail Island, which is something that my father-in-law had done every year, is bring his family here. And he introduced me to the area. I fell in love with it. And we were customers of the Crescent Moon for a really long time. And when I found out in April that she was closing, I was devastated, because it's quite a legacy. We've gone all the way back from the Cotton Exchange to here. So the opportunity arose for down here with the Crescent Moon being put up for sale in April. And it was a question that I kept saying no to, and couldn't. And, with faith and a lot of grace, I got to have my passion and my dream.
A model that I really like that I've seen here at Crescent Moon is from our artist studio to your home. Can you tell us about some of the artists that we can find if we come here?
Sure. First, there's the local artists that were here prior to me being here, and continuing to do their art and serve the community. There's Jeffrey Bossler. He's local here in Wilmington. We have David Gildersleeve, who now lives in, I believe it's in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's a professor at SCAD. And he does the Abbey Road and with the Beatles and the Child of the 70s, and he just came out with a new one called Child of the 80s. So that's being featured here right now, and we have some new artists that are being featured And I went and got them up in an art show, and that's David Edmonds and Sarah Collier, who is local, and Sarah Pollock, who does pastels, and Guy Germain from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then a very new local artist, who was our featured artist at our grand opening, is the beautiful Erica Lawrence. And she's a sculpturist and a visual artist in oil. And she is now one of my very good friends.
What makes Crescent Moon different? I know you said there's a lot of things like with students being able to come in here and study. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, it was always a thought that, before I got here, there was a sofa in here in the back, and now I brought a table in. Joan and I actually picked out the table together, and it's very 40s, 50s style, but it's decoupaged and it's a piece of art. And so I really don't want to put it, use it as a display, for anything. And so to me it was just a natural evolution to bring in the chairs and let the students study, because they like to be around the art. They don't have to be quiet. They can't be running in and out, like crazy, but there's really nothing that they can, take off with, it's all in cases. So, and it's a really neat place, I think, in a homey, relaxed place, for them to, to chill and to study. And we want that. We want the community to be able to use it, and I want to serve the community. So we are actually doing a fundraiser for, it's not actually funds, but it's toys for the Raising Raiders, who is a unit here from Camp Lejeune. And my neighbor's husband is in that unit, and they lost 7 men in a accident in Florida, training accident, and those 7 men had families. And so we'll be collecting, we'll be having ornaments on our tree with the age and the gender of the child. And if you can come in and get the kids from UNCW, they don't need big toys, and they don't need our art, but they need something to open for Christmas, and they don't have a parent that from an accident serving our country. So we'll be collecting that and working with them. And the other major thing that I would say about, from our artist studios to their people's home is that we have such a warm and generous set of artists here, and they want to make these people happy. And these people are now my people, and I want everyone to be happy.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned that there's some new pieces. Even today, you got a new piece, the photograph. I would love to hear more about that.
It's a little overwhelming, but it's absolutely the most gratifying and honored thing that's ever happened to me. A photographer, Bruce Roberts, who used to be with Southern Living, he's retired. He goes way back, and he's been bringing in his photos to sell, and we're going to be working on getting him in a table book, coffee table book, and he came in just today and gave me a picture of John F. Kennedy, and I was floored.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Except that it's a great photo, and I will be honored to take care of it.
Well, I want to thank you for contributing to Wilmington's culture with this art and building a community. And thank you so much for letting us come in today.
Thank you.
This is our last episode of the fall semester, and I'm looking forward to another season of sharing the best Wilmington has to offer in entertainment, shopping, and dining. We'll be back after the holiday break. Until then, Seahawks, I'm Mikaela Fleming, and this has been Port City Spotlight, spotting the life in your city.